I apologize if the fan noise is too much. It's 98 degrees outside today, and I've got all the fans in the shop running here. Just went and picked up my walnut slab for my desk build. The guy I usually purchase these from had some issues with his milling machine. I don't know if you can see right here. Come at it this way. It's quite a bit of an angle there where he was trying to get it to cut downward, and for some reason it planed up, and then he said the one of the pulley wheels broke. I only need 6 feet of this slab. I've marked up this end already. Not sure if you can see my pencil line. I'm going to square off this end, and I'm squaring it to the edge of my table with this cut right here. This seems square, so I've lined these two edges, the table and the slab up, and used a framing square to create my line. I'm going to start with that. I'm going to go ahead and get it set up here. Found a straight edge, and go ahead and get this end cut off, and then be working on the other end before I get it into the router jig. So my plan is to use this milled piece of maple as my straight edge. I'm going to take a couple passes to get through it. It's just shy of being 3 inches thick, so I'm going to try to make several passes to get through the board completely and get this thing, working on getting this thing milled down. This would be a good time to invest in a track saw though. There we have it, squared off edge. So I've gone ahead and measured up this end of the slab. Got it supported on this side with bench pucks on this side, and on this side I've just got some scrap wood holding this edge up. That way when I cut through, of course, it won't collapse on itself. Again, if anybody from Festool is watching and wants to give me a track saw to demo, I'd be more than happy to make some videos for you guys. There we go. All right, that appears to be level now. Let's have some fun with the router. I guess this is what you would call small shop problems. There's really no way to set up any kind of dust collection to catch all of this, so the reason why I'm having to continually move the shop vac hose, and it's probably only getting about 10% of actually what's kicking off of there. Let me reposition the camera. Another thing this project demonstrates is you don't need a giant CNC machine to be able to surface a slab. With just some very basic materials, I was able to build this crosscut sled. This is just a standard plunge Hitachi router with, I believe I've got a 2-inch surfacing bit on there. It's getting the job done quite well. Other than the mess, I'm very happy with the way this is going. Let's get back to it. I believe we've reached the end of the track. I need to reposition the slab, clean up here just a little bit, and then reposition and finish this slab out. The slab is shifted down. I've got plenty of room here to finish it off on the end, and I've made sure the alignment's good. So I'm going to finish off this last probably 8 inches here, and then flip it over and do it all over again. All right, there you have it. All right, so we're out here this morning. I've already sanded everything. I skipped that stage. I assume everybody knows how to sand and finds it as annoying as I do. Got everything right now sanded to 180. I'm gonna get the epoxy mixed up to fill in these cracks. Got quite a few of them. There's one pretty good sized one on the back side. It's the opposite of this one here. And there's a few here on the face as well. Next step is to break out the total boat baby for Keith Johnson. Gonna go ahead here and probably make a dam around some of these with some silicone. Try to control the pour. So that's gonna be my next step. Here we are, ready to mix up the total boat. Again, I want to apologize for the fans around the room. It's another 90+ degree day here inside this all metal building, so it's kind of hot. I'm out of the total boat mixing cups, so my local hardware store had these 1 quart with the measurements on the side. I'm going to use this with black mica powder to mix it up. So let's go ahead and get this started here. Part A. So here we have 16 ounces after battling the pumps. You can see the separation line there for the 2 parts. I'm going to add the mica powder in and then connect the drill. Got the black epoxy mixed up here. Start over on the far corner right over there, move to this corner, and then work on the other pieces as I come down. I've got the table elevated on my new Rockler bench cookie plus work system. Come with the bench dog extensions to get it right elevated up. They've worked great. Got a couple, just to get the table balanced, I've got a couple extra little shims under there. My initial thought was to take a block plane and block plane over the resin. Don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, but I've already got the router sled built. So I'm going to just take a very shallow pass with the router sled and even out my surface. The plan for today is to go ahead and do the finish up sanding, get some of these touch up spots. I'm going to continue with 220, get a good smooth surface on here again, and then move on to sealing this up and hopefully getting it mounted to the base by the end of the day. Let's flip this over and do it all over again. Let me get the medallion, my logo on it, and go ahead and get that inset on the back side here. I've made these 2-inch medallion coins basically with my logo laser engraved on them. And what I plan to do with all the larger pieces of furniture I make is to inset this using a Forstner bit onto the underside of the furniture. Do a dry fit first just to see. Oh yeah, good fit. A little bit of CA glue. Some activator on the back of the medallion. And drop it in place. And there we have it. Speaking with the client about this particular desk project, we discussed insetting a power outlet in the top of the desk. So that's the point I'm at right now. I need to measure out this inner dimension, mark it on the surface, take a Forstner bit, and we'll cut it out, get it ready to place and set in place. Okay, I've found that applying the polyacrylic with just a small foam roller applicator works the best. You can get it good and saturated, and it tends to spread a little bit easier. Also, with any sealer, I do recommend wearing gloves as well. Start applying. All right, while I let this set, come back here. I'm gonna say an hour, and I'll do 320 on it, all over the whole surface. Put another 2 coats, let that set, and flip it over and do the backside. Completely dry. It is pretty rough, so I'm gonna take some 320, go over this whole thing, and smooth it back down, and then put 2 more final coats on. During the recording of this video, the lapel mic battery died on me, so I've lost all the audio. Here I'm measuring in 12 inches from each end to at least align the desk base as square as possible to the slab. Sorry for the shoulder shot, and you can tell I'm pretty hot here. I believe it was a scorching 98 degrees inside the shed, inside the garage, and about 91 degrees outside. I had turned the fan in front of me off because it was causing too much wind noise on the microphone. Little did I know my microphone battery had died. Still pondering all the measurements here. Alright, here we go. At this point, I'm pre-drilling the holes into the base to go ahead and get that set up to do the final attachment there. Use some blue tape to mark off the depth. I didn't want to go too deep or go all the way through. Some of these had to be kind of an awkward angle just because of that crossbar there. Then I just go to each of the 4 connection points, pre-drill it. 4 holes in each section, 4 screws, and she's attached. Alright, now we need to inset the power supply that the client had requested. Thought this was a really good idea. Wish I had one on my desk, as a matter of fact. Pre-drill this, 2 screws to hold it down. It was a pretty good friction fit to start with, and then 2 stainless steel screws to hold it in place. 3 outlets with 2 USB power sources as well. And at this point, she's finished up. Hope you liked this video. I'd appreciate a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already. I'll have links in the description for the tools I used. You can also follow me on my Patreon page or my Instagram page. Links also for that will be in the description. Again, appreciate you watching. So until next time, I'll see you later.